So, do you ever find yourself spiraling, just trying to figure out a problem? And the more that you try to think about the problem, the more of a spiral that you get into? Well, that's because focusing on the energy of a problem doesn't actually create a solution. It actually sends us into anxiety spirals. It sends us into our head versus focusing on a solution, focusing on the answers. And that doesn't necessarily mean we have to have an answer or have a solution, but the way that energy works is that where attention goes, energy flows. So if we're focusing on the problem and only the problem, we're going to be stuck in the energy of the problem. But if we start expanding our awareness, expanding our energy to focus on, or at least bring more awareness to even just the possibility of a solution, the possibility that there could be something that moves this problem forward, that immediately can shift us into a different perspective. It can shift us into a different mindset, and overall just shifts the energy of how we're feeling about a situation. So we're going to use just a couple of rounds of tapping to see if we can shift maybe something that you're stuck on, maybe a problem that you've been trying to think your way through and ultimately just end up in some rabbit hole that gets you nowhere. So let's see if we can shift some of that. So if you do have something that you've been stuck on, a problem, it could be something individual, it could be something for, much bigger, but I would recommend maybe something for something like this, keeping it small since we're not going to go super long on this. So go ahead and bring that problem or whatever it is that you're feeling stuck on to the forefront of your mind and just see what shows up in your body. Just notice if there's sensations, if there's emotions, if there's thoughts. Maybe some of you have images that pop up. So just notice what you notice and then let that go. And write that on a scale of 0 to 10. So 0 being like, this is really intense. I'm sorry, 0 being, this is not that intense. 10 being, this is very intense. Go ahead and rate that, and we'll come back to that number at the end. So go ahead and start tapping on the side of the hand. And if you're new to tapping, you can check out some of my earlier videos where I go through what this is, what it's doing, how it works, because we won't be going through that right now. But you can go ahead and repeat after me, either out loud or in your mind. And if what I'm saying doesn't resonate, please change the words. Tapping is always best when it is your words. So go ahead and bring that problem to the forefront of your mind again and start tapping on the side of the hand. And repeat after me. Even though I have this problem and I just feel so stuck around it, I honor how I feel and I'm open and willing to shift some of this energy today. Keep tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I have this problem and I seem to be stuck and spiraling and not moving forward, I honor how I feel. I honor all the things that it brings up. And I'm open and willing to shift some of this today. And last time on the side of the hand, even though I have this problem and I can't seem to find a solution, and I spiral and I try to think my way through it, and it feels pretty draining. I honor how I feel. I honor my experience. And I'm open and willing to see things and feel things differently today. And go ahead and tap on the eyebrow point. I have this problem. Moving to the side of the eye. I just can't get past it. Moving underneath the eye. I try to think my way through it over and over and over again. Under the nose. But I don't seem to move forward. Chin. In fact, I feel more stuck than ever. Collarbone. And the more that I bring my attention and my awareness, moving underneath the arm, to the problem itself, Moving to the top of the head, the problem seems to get bigger. Eyebrow point, my anxiety seems to get worse. Moving to the side of the eye, and I don't seem to get closer to a solution. Moving underneath the eye, and maybe I can acknowledge that I feel more comfortable here. Moving underneath the nose, maybe it feels easier to focus on the problem. Moving to the chin, maybe I've just been doing that for a really long time. Moving to the collarbone, so it feels safe to be here. Moving underneath the arm, maybe it might even feel safe to be stuck. Moving to the top of the head, and I just bring myself a lot of compassion. Eyebrow point, because of course I want to feel safe. Moving to the side of the eye, and so I take a deep breath in and release. Underneath the eye, and I acknowledge any emotions, any sensations in my body. Moving underneath the nose, that might be coming up when I think about this problem. Moving to the chin, and just bring some gentle awareness to whatever the problem is, and just see where you might be feeling some sensation, where you might be feeling some emotion. And just continue tapping on the chin, taking a deep breath in here, and releasing. Moving to the collarbone. And maybe I can open up to the possibility, moving underneath the arm, that I'm not as stuck as I might think. Moving to the top of the head, because the reality is, moving to the eyebrow point, that where attention goes, energy flows. Moving to the side of the eye. So even if I don't know any solutions or answers to this problem, moving underneath the eye, maybe I could just feel into the energy that there is a solution. Moving underneath the nose, because for every problem, moving to the chin, there are at least 3 solutions. Collarbone, and that is a way different energy, moving underneath the arm, than focusing on the problem and the stuckness that it brings up. Moving to the top of the head. So I take a deep breath in here and release. Eyebrow point. And it doesn't mean that I can't honor how I feel about the problem. Moving to the side of the eye. But I can acknowledge and honor that I can shift my energy just as quickly. Moving underneath the eye. And the more that I can shift my attention and my awareness to potential solutions, even if I don't know what they are yet, underneath the nose, that maybe I can open up and trust that a solution will present itself. Chin. Maybe the more that I tap and release the stress around the problem. Collarbone. I open up my imagination, my creativity. Underneath the arm, so a solution can come much more easily. Moving to the top of the head, and I'm open and ready to receive whatever solution is in its highest good for this problem. So you can go ahead and stop tapping, Take a deep breath in and release. Notice how you feel. And go ahead and rate on a scale of 0 to 10 where that problem feels now. Notice if you feel any shift. And you can go back to this round, you can go back to this video, or you can continue on your own.